Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, and we're back.
Yeah, that's what the welcome back signifies.
I was just making sure they knew. Welcome back, and we're back.
And we're
just
back.
in case there was confusion.
Right. Well, I'll be out of
There could
town
have
some
been.
next week too, so we're gonna just.
Me too. And
really?
Thursday.
Oh, this Thursday this week.
Thursday this week. Well, Thursday's the 4th.
That's true. I got a calendar.
So I'm assuming you will be doing stuff with family as well, and now I have to go to the fire department. Because I'm going to be out of town the next week, I have somebody covering my shift for me.
No, my family is with her mom on the 4th. So.
Yeah, so today's like it.
Okay. All right. Okay. So how was your week last week?
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
That's right. I don't remember if I did anything special or exciting.
So I went to the beach. That was fun.
And
it was good. Had a good time. Spent many days there. There was a moment that came up that I thought maybe we could talk about tonight. What are your
a moment?
A moment. It's gonna be brief conversation probably. What's your thoughts on what the fuck is that? Oh, it's a dragon head. Do you know what happens if you give it a rest? I mean, from back here, it didn't look like anything. I thought it was like the new toaster
it's
they
new
added.
Machine.
Yeah,
it's the toaster, the Minecraft toaster.
Oh God. What's your thought on kids doing karaoke?
What kind of karaoke? And where? So as a kid, I've gone before to places with parents, or they were hanging out there that did karaoke, and I thought it was like awesome to sign up for songs. And of course, they probably didn't want me doing it, but they let me do it when I was like a little kid, because they want, they appease you for a minute, but at the same time they're like, Jesus Christ, like this isn't for you type of deal. Right. So I'm sure that's probably my thought is it's really not for kids. But I've gone to parties before, one party ever in my life actually, that they had karaoke set up for children. So clearly that's okay.
So here's the thing. So they had they like at the place we stayed for the beach. They have like tons of kids activities and stuff, and it's like meant for kids. So they have like a scavenger hunt that happens on the beach, and you like look for like beach trash, and you look for I made him talk, by the way. He's doing karaoke.
I was just gonna say, like, wait a minute, he's the toaster's talking. How do you make him talk?
Redstone signal. I put there's a lever back here.
Is this normal?
Yeah.
Has this like always been a thing? I had no idea the dragon could talk.
Yeah, he can.
Interesting.
Hey, I just seen something.
You just seen something? What'd you see?
I think we got some storm clouds rolling in.
Oh, wait a minute here.
Look up in the sky.
Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, looks like rainy days.
It is rainy days. I do see. I noticed that our barber pole is very dark, but it took a long time for those clouds to render in.
Yeah, I didn't notice that at first. I did look at it when we first got in and thought, man, it's dark over there.
Do you think there's more going on over there?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. It looks like a cloud. I guess we should go take a peek.
We should go investigate the at least the barbershop hole.
So all right. So anyways, they scavenger hunt. There was
there's definitely something going on up there
for sure. There's like a ninja warrior thing that my daughter did too. And so anyways, I did karaoke one night, and I don't have a problem with kids doing karaoke, but I think if you're gonna have kids karaoke,
was it the song selection?
Yeah, like this one little 6-year-old
was somebody singing Eminem?
I mean, they might as well have been. She was like singing about like all the things you do to my body and all this shit, and I'm like, those lyrics don't really fit that little girl too well. I don't think. I think maybe that song shouldn't be in the list of songs, because I don't want to know what your touch does to her body.
So there's a sign, by the way.
Okay, well, I was trying to make a damn boat, and
it says there's like 3 boats around the island.
Oh, I got another one.
But it says, "Hey there, Arcus and Pyro from the Immersion Police here. Your Greenland, in quotes, was not up to code. The land is dark and very cold. We fixed that for you. We hope you like the new look. With kind regards, Arcus, Pyro, and a little bit of Chad."
Okay. Wow. Arcus
So
Pyro
I'm
and
confused.
Chad.
They think it was dark and cold, so they fixed it.
No, it's a your Greenland was not up to code. The land is dark and very cold. We fixed it. They made it dark and cold.
Oh, I gotcha.
So I guess they placed this ice here, and they made it good and dark. Which watch out for there's a creeper like right above you here, and there's snow. Looks like everywhere. But what's
oh god, I just fell off the edge.
You gotta watch your step.
I mean, there is a stair that goes to like nothingness right here.
It's very dark. When you that's what I said. You watch your step.
Is it cold too? Because if not,
I mean, there's a lot of snow. I guess it's pretty cold. Here's the thing, though. I mean, they kind of did it half-assed, you know? I mean, there's a lot of Greenland that's still very lit up. And it was already pretty cold. I mean, it was already covered in snow, right?
I mean...
You think there's anything up there?
I don't...
That's a lot of blocks.
I was going to say, that would have been hard as hell to do.
Well, no, they just pilled it up once and then placed outward from there, right?
But look at the random design that they utilized. It's not like a flat layer.
That's true.
It's just...
Yeah.
That's
we
kind
gotta
of
go
impressive.
up there. Do you have blocks?
We do have to go up there. I don't have that many blocks. I had a stack of wood. Hold on, I can turn the stack of wood into a bunch of planks, or a bunch of planks, and then, God, that looks like really far up there though.
Yeah.
We should get scaffolding. How do you make scaffolding?
that is the key. We should get scaffolding. You're actually right.
Yeah. How do you make scaffolding?
I don't actually know.
Okay. It's not in the recipe book that I have access to, apparently. Oh, wait. It's because I'm not looking at a workbench, maybe.
You probably still don't know how to make it.
But you think it's got to be just like wood and stuff, right?
Bamboo and string. So 6 bamboo and 1 string. Yeah.
For 1 scaffolding?
Yeah. We got a lot of bamboo, though.
We don't have a lot of string, though.
We got 24.
24 scaffolding is not going to be enough to get up there.
No, definitely not.
Is there a better way to get string then?
I don't.
I guess I'm a little bit confused because.
Yeah, that does seem like.
I've seen scaffolding everywhere on the server, and unless people are
a lot of string.
That would be a lot of string, unless you can break down wool into string.
I don't think you can.
So, should I just go up there with the?
I guess they're making. I mean, I guess there's spider farm or something, right?
Maybe.
I think what we do is we pillar up and use ladders.
I'm pillaring as we speak.
Okay, I'll make ladders. I found 4 more string, but that still ain't getting us anywhere.
And you said how many string per?
One string per. So that would be
okay,
28 blocks up we could go. But yeah, I'll just
which is I've already gone almost a stack and I'm not there yet.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that was mainly my thing with the karaoke is I think maybe karaoke.
I mean, definitely if you're going to have a kids karaoke thing, you have to understand what songs are available to the kids. And the one party that I went to for the kids karaoke was literally for kids ages 2 to 5. And it was at somebody's house, and it was just you picked a song and put it on your phone and let the kids sing it. We let Jack sing Elmo because he liked Elmo at the time, you know.
Right.
You know, it was not like he's singing real music. No kids were up there singing my humps, my lovely lady humps, or whatever. Should I just pillar straight through this? I'm afraid there's going to be... Okay, there's not. Thank God. I was like, I'm afraid to pillar straight through this thing and fears that there's a random lava up here.
Yeah, that could be. Yeah. That's a good point.
Actually,
lava's technically a bad block in pranks, so I think you're safe.
Sure.
How many blocks do you think you used?
I used just almost 2 stacks.
Man, it's still not enough. So it for 1 string you do get 6 scaffolding, by the way.
Okay.
But I'm still just gonna make ladders. You've already made the pillar. So
Yeah, I've already made the pillar. So if you just make there's a couple pieces of obsidian in here. And so this cloud looks really cool. They did a lot of work on this cloud. There's no question about that.
Is there anything up there?
No, just wool, ice. Like the cloud, it's aesthetically very pleasing.
Okay.
But there's nothing else up here except for this cloud. I mean, it looks like the residential authority needs to go start enforcing some more rules. We've been letting some things slide, ever since our first enforcement. But I mean, I guess if they're hitting us up with some enforcement, code violations as well, residential authority will have to
yeah.
come back.
I wonder,
in full swing
does
here.
Pyro have a house?
I don't know.
It's very dark in there.
Are you climbing your way up, or?
I am getting my way up there. I was trying to figure out if there was a way for me to put down a torch inside of the lighthouse. It's dark as hell in there.
Yeah, so what did the other parents think about?
No one said anything. I was the only one that was just like, man, that's
bad, phantom, bad, lots of phantoms. I need to find a way to jump off this thing into the water. Since we're so close to, I can't tell if this is. Oh God, I hope I don't hit any random blocks on the way down. Okay, I'm safe.
Ow, that hurt a lot.
I got knocked off the edge trying to look to see if I had a good clearing.
That's good.
Like, since it's so close to build height, they are just swooping and swooping and swooping and swooping and swooping. Like there's no break.
Where'd that creeper go? There he is.
Woo! What was? Oh, you can't eat in a boat anymore?
You trying to eat boats over there?
I'm trying to eat in a boat. I like to eat in a
hungry?
boat. I am. I'm hungry. I need to heal, but I need to get back to her to bed. Is what I really need to do.
Yeah, no other parent really said anything. My daughter sang a Disney song. So
I'm just curious. Did you look at their faces at all? Like, were they having the same?
I mean, it was kind of dark,
reaction?
so I couldn't really see what anyone else was thinking or saying or anything like that.
No.
Oh,
Where are these phantoms?
You're getting more phantoms, guy.
No, I think these are the same phantoms. They're just.
Well, they came over here.
I would assume they follow you, right?
That's a long ways.
It is, but I mean, I just slept. Can't shoot him from there. I have like half a stack of arrows left. Who is talking to you?
Argus has responded things I said in our recording.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what I would do if I was like at because it is kind of inappropriate to go just say something.
Yeah. No, I didn't say anything to the kid, but I was just like a little bit mortified. I didn't see her parent or anything like that. There was one woman cheering her on, but that same woman had been at the Ninja Warrior, and she seems to just likes to get really drunk and yell for kids to do well at things. So I don't think she was related in any way to the little girl that was singing. I mean, I was judging from like 2 feet away, Emily. I was standing right there because we were waiting in line to do karaoke.
So you judged Ninja Warrior?
No. I was accused of judging from a distance, and I was just saying I wasn't judging from a distance. I was judging from very
you
close
were like,
to the
okay.
karaoke. I was right there waiting in line.
I gotcha. I will tell you. So it's kind of funny, like when you talk about saying something. So you've seen my neighborhood the way that you like park cars and stuff on the street. And a lot of people like, we have a driveway that has a couple spots in it, but sometimes we have stuff out there for the kids to go play, or if we have parties we want to open up the back to have it there. And then not everybody has driveways or big enough driveways to fit like 2 cars, so street parking is kind of a premium.
Right.
There's a guy that parks on the street across the street from us, the main one you can park on, because the one like our street that we're on is you have to move every day in the morning. In the evening, like rush hour, you can't park there anyway, so you can't leave a car on the street there. Right. So it's the street right across the street is like one that you can actually park on permanently. And I noticed I had parked my Explorer there when I got it up and running. Went and parked it over there, and went out to I went to take it to our storage unit and drop some stuff off. And I noticed that the guy behind me was parked about 4 feet back from my Explorer. And I was like, that's weird. Like, just left a ridiculous amount of space here, basically. Not enough for a car, but just enough to be there and basically not let a second car park there because of the way that he's parked. But I have no idea if he's parked first or if he parked second, or if he was parking in line with the people behind him and then the other people move. Like, you never know those things when you're initially looking at stuff. So I take my Explorer, take off, go to the storage unit, come back. Coincidentally, the only spot on the street that's open is my same spot, which is like a spot and a half worth of a spot now, because there was all this extra room between me and this other guy. And I parked all the way back. He was behind me, and I parked all the way back toward where a normal thing would have parked, because I knew the car behind him was the one that was at the sign that started the parking area. So I was like, okay, to start evening this thing out, I'm going to make sure I park so the 3 cars from the sign on, we're all parked like normal. So it clearly is this is, when people start moving in front of us, this is where we're supposed to be, parked at.
Yeah.
Type of deal. 2 hours later, I realized I had forgotten something in the car, and I went out to the car to grab it, and I realized that the guy who had parked at the sign had left, and this guy had literally moved his car back 4 feet from my car. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? It's the exact same car, but it is now, again, it's 4 feet away from me. And I didn't understand what was happening. So for the next week, I noticed that every day or two, this guy would be parked right up on my back end. And I don't drive this car that often, so it was just sitting there. I don't take it to work. It's the other car I take to work, and it's just sitting there. And I noticed that he's right up on my back end, like a normal person parking one day, and the next day he's 4 feet back again. Okay. Can't figure out what the hell is going on with this guy. Eventually, I end up getting in my car, and I take it somewhere else, because I do drive it, just not very often. I drive it somewhere else. I park it around the corner because I had to do some errands in a bigger vehicle. And I keep noticing every time I walk, though, that this car is always in the same spot, but within a 4 foot. It keeps moving up and back. And we finally determined that this person clearly is saving a spot for somebody. And whenever somebody is leaving, they're moving the car to make sure that there's not enough room that somebody else
work. Sorry, I am so confused on how scaffolding actually works.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? You get in the car, you drive it, you move it back and forth. That's how it works.
You have to be shift to place it. I don't fucking understand this block at all.
I guess I don't know. I've not used scaffolding yet.
I almost killed myself flying down it at a rapid pace.
Flying down the scaffolding at a rapid pace. So this guy, and
I've
this
only
keeps
heard half
happening
of your story. I'm so sorry. I am just so confused by the scaffolding that it just baffled my mind.
Hold on. Basically,
guys moving his car around constantly.
Moving it just back 4 feet, and then forward 4 feet. Clearly making it so that he's making it so there's not enough room for somebody to park in front of him. But he's leaving a space there and enough space behind him that when he moves again, you can then fit another car there. So we finally realize he's just constantly saving spots.
Okay.
But his car never leaves. It just always stays there and goes back and forth. And for weeks, this is happening. And this just started out of nowhere. I don't know why it started. Like, it just kind of started happening.
Okay.
Weeks, I see this guy moving back and forth, and you'll come in late at night, and there won't be enough room to park a car anywhere on the street, and you just look at this fucking car, and if you just moved his car up 4 feet, you could park behind him. But nope, he's purposely blocking out multiple spots.
Okay.
So
have you
last
confronted
week
him yet?
Last week, I'm driving my car around the corner, and I notice somebody get in the car and literally back it up 4 feet and turn the car off and start to get out of the car again. And as I'm coming around the corner, and I stop and park next to him and said, "Excuse me, can I ask why you are doing what you are doing?"
Why are you the way you are?
Kid's like a young guy. He's like in his mid-20s or something like that. And it was like, "What do you mean?" And I was like, "Why are you constantly moving your car, just getting in your car just to move it specifically so that nobody can park behind you?" And all he says is, "There's still spots on the street. It doesn't matter." And I'm like, "No, it does matter. Right now there's spots on the street, but why did you just get in your car and move it back 4 feet?"
What he said?
And all he says is, "I can do I'm sorry." He said, "I'm sorry, but I can do this if I want to do this."
I guess he ain't wrong, right?
Well, he's right. He technically can do that if he wants to do it. Oh, you did make it up there with the scaffolding.
Boy, don't touch it. I don't know how the hell that block works. Fuck that block. I hate it.
I'm going up it right now. So eventually, I start because I realize he's not gonna change his mind. He's polite and everything, but he just clearly doesn't care. And so I end up going up and parking my car up in one of the other spots that's on the street. And then I get out of the car and I start walking. And there's this older guy that's standing there just staring me down as I'm walking down the street. And I was like, "Hello, sir," because he just was staring me clearly wanting to say something but not saying anything. And he's just standing there on the sidewalk. And he's like, "Anything you have to say to my son, you can say to me." And I said, "I take it your son's driving that car?" And he's like, "Yeah, that's my car. He's just driving it for me right now." And I was like, "Then I will say it to you." I was like, what is your deal with moving this car back and forth to block it out to ensure that nobody else can park behind you? And I showed you. So it turns out it's actually his car. He just had his son moving it for him this time. Son usually has nothing to do with it. Doesn't even live in the area. He just told the son to go move the car. That's why his son was more polite and confused, because he didn't really know why he was moving a car either.
Right.
So he's now mad at me for quote unquote yelling at his son, even though after we talked, he realized and admitted that I'd never yelled at his son, that I had a conversation with his son. And so that part of it's okay, because I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Well, of course you offended the guy's family, blah, blah, blah. What are you going to do?" That's not what it's about. He literally... Listen to me. We had a a 45-minute conversation, and at first it was a very heated debate, and then we were just both actually kind of making jokes at each other, because clearly none of us are budging in our positions, and we kind of accepted that. But he literally thinks that, and this is his statement, he's protecting the neighborhood from people like me who don't move their cars often enough.
How is he protecting the neighborhood?
Because everybody apparently knows that when they see his car like that, if there's no spots, they can stop their car, go knock on his door, and he will go move it for them.
How do you even know who the fuck he is? You didn't know who the fuck he was.
He said everybody knows who he is. And I said, "I've lived here for 4 years now. I've never met you before." And then he started describing about me and my family, because he lives in a place that we walk all the time. So he knows us, he's seen us, and he, quote unquote, he makes sure we're protected. When my wife's walking in, when your wife's walking in with those kids, I make sure that nobody messes with her, because I know how this area is. I'm like, "Well, thank you for that. I do appreciate that. But when she's walking with the kids, it's because she had to park around the corner, because she couldn't park right in front of the house."
What did he say to that?
He just didn't he literally says it is his legal right to park however he wants to park. He does not have to park courteous, because he is saving the neighborhood, because he has seen too many times people who just park their cars and walk away because they don't even live in the area, just taking up our spots. And people like me who leave their car there, even though his car's never moved. It's just moved back and forth 4 feet. It's never moved out of that spot for at least the past month.
Right.
But it's baffling to me that, and it's funny because, you know, some people might be like, oh, he's just using that as an excuse to save his spot. I honestly think that he believes, like, after our long conversation, and we actually were, you know, we were very angry at each other at first. Now we're kind of like quote unquote friends. I don't really want to be.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt you because I gotta yell at my fucking chat. It is not just click. Look, this is clicking. You click and it goes that fucking direction right there. If you do not hold shift, it does not place above you. Stop telling me not to hold fucking shift because there's no other way. Okay, now go on, Jeff.
I wish you were having that conversation with that guy because that would have been funny. But I was going to say, I don't want to be friends with this individual. I just don't want to be enemies with this individual either. So the fact that we can be on okay terms, but it basically came to, he thinks I'm a jerk because I have a car that I don't move very often. And he thinks that I should always be parking a car. If I have a driveway, you should always park it behind your house. There's never any reason to park it on the street. No, he has a driveway as well and parks his car on the road. But he honestly believes that he is saving the neighborhood, that somehow he is like a neighborhood savior. Parking
what a nice
by
guy.
taking up extra spots. I think it would have been a much better conversation had you actually been listening.
I listened. I mean, I think the guy's an asshole.
Where are you now? You're not even like, why?
I'm over here trying to figure out how the fuck scaffolding works. Why everyone calls me an asshole?
But you put all the scaffolding up. I
did with much
you
bad things. But what do you do when you're at the top and you want to add more? You fucks.
You fucks.
If you want to build more midway, go in and look up and right click. All right. Let's try this.
Hold on. I want to bear witness.
Okay. Let's build some up. Okay. Now we go up. But we want to add more to the top, so we look up. Okay, and it adds more to the top. Okay.
Do you have to shift though?
No, and that's what's so fucking confusing if you don't have a bunch of people yelling at you.
I didn't realize scaffolding was break one, they all fall down.
Well, that's what scaffolding does in real life. But like
that's what blocks
they kept
do in
telling me
real
not to
life
hold
as
shift, but if you just look at it and don't hold shift, it does this. And so I was getting very angry because I'm getting yelled at.
That's the most genius scaffolding in the world. Horizontal scaffolding.
But if you do like hold shift and go up and it does this, right? And I did something where I shot down. Yeah, if you hold down, I'm fine, Babs. I'm fine. I understand it now. I'm fine. I understand it. I understand it. My chords, if you really want them, though, are 407 negative 989. But I understand how the shit works.
Oh yeah,
now.
You're right. That is weird. Just trying to like right click shift or right click without shifting and putting them down like you would normal block. It builds them out. That is really weird.
But if you do, if you do this, Jeff, this is what we've learned collectively. Once you place one, if you look at the side and click, that just builds them up. Like
look at the side of what?
The side of the block, yeah, like that.
Oh, why? How is that intuitive?
It's not. That's the thing. Everyone's like, "You fucking idiot," even though they've done it a million times.
Well, how do I get to the top and then do more? Then I don't.
So that was my next question: is if you're in the middle of it, you have to go back down some. Go back down.
Oh, you can't do it. From
no,
the top.
you can. You can be like here and look up and right click, and then it places above.
No,
you.
but if I'm standing at the very top, I can't.
You have to go down some.
Yeah, you have to go down some.
Yeah, and then look up and then place again.
Well, I guess you don't have to look. You just have to look at the leg of the one that you're in.
Right.
Seems to be the thing. If you take the scaffolding out, do I just fall down?
Probably. Yeah, you do.
Yep. That's scary. That's an interesting next UHC trick. Build the scaffolding up to the top of a mountain and just be hiding in a hole underneath the mountain.
What, and hope someone steps on it?
Hope somebody steps on it, and then you just like as they're climbing up to see what's going on up there, you just take out their scaffolding, they die.
The whole time you were trying to tell me your story, I was trying to figure out exactly how it worked, and no one was actually like helping. They were just like, "Don't head shift." Maybe someone said something, but I felt like I was just being berated, and I couldn't say anything because you were telling your story, and so that's why I was just losing my mind because I couldn't quite understand exactly what I was doing wrong, and I'm just getting yelled at.
Don't worry. At some point, I'm gonna post a time lapse of pictures of what I'm talking about.
I
because I'm
understand.
thinking
I mean,
about
I
it 'cause
understand
was
what
really
you're
pissed
saying, and the
off.
guy sounds like an asshole. But it doesn't
He's
sound like
definitely
you.
an asshole.
You're not. He's not going to budge on his ground. So
Oh no, absolutely not. I just don't even understand the concept of like because he brought up the fact that I leave my car there for weeks at a time, and I wish I had thought about it at the time because I didn't. I've never seen his car move because he's gotten into that spot and never moved it out of there. So I don't understand what he's even protecting. Like he's protecting a spot, but he has a car that doesn't move that's in a spot. Like I don't
right.
get it.
What's the point, basically?
Well, it's always different cars that are parked in front and behind him too. So I can't figure out what car, and that's why I really
Maybe
I
he's
really
not
think
saving
he
a spot
thinks
for
he's-
another car.
and I really think he thinks he's a neighborhood savior somehow. He thinks by not allowing as many cars to park on the street, somehow he's doing good in the neighborhood. Like I truly think he believes that that is accurate.
So where are these getting placed? Where the fuck did those go?
What are you talking about? Are they under you?
I don't know. I had got to the
Can you
top
build-
of
Can you
the
build?
thing.
Oh, can you build scaffolding down a cliff by like?
I don't know where that scaffolding went because when I was last up here,
finding
I
the
was at the
base?
top. So I don't know where that scaffolding went. I guess I'm about to see.
Oh, I think.
Oh, did you dig up?
I think I accidentally broke some trying to
Uh,
get up there. Well, your scaffolding didn't make it all the way to the top. I had to put a block or two on top of it to get to the top, and then when I
right.
came down,
Yeah,
I
it was
think
2
I
blocks
broke
from the
one.
top, but I just placed 14
Okay.
more.
Yeah.
So I don't know where those
Oh,
14
I
went.
didn't do
as well.
14. I don't know what about 14. I only.
I don't know
broke,
about
like,
14.
2. I only broke like 2 on accident because I kept.
Did you
glitching and
dig
they-
through the cloud? Oh yeah, I think you did. That's what it is. So I'm all the way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't dig 14 blocks to the cloud.
Well, I mean, it keeps going though. You know, the sky's the limit. Well, 256 of the sky's the limit.
Are you still going up to the sky?
Yeah, it was just going. It was going till it stopped.
Oh, so you definitely can't build scaffolding down, unfortunately, because
There probably is some
Yeah.
way. You got to hold shift and control in your nose.
no, because scaffolding has as you saw scaffolding. If you break the bottom block, it breaks all the way up. So you can't build it down because it needs to be on the ground.
So is this packed ice? It's not. So we need silk touch to pick this ice up.
Oh, I already broke some of that ice on accident, and it did not.
It didn't turn to water?
No, not the ones that I broke.
You tell that.
'Cause I had to break some to dig straight up through. It might only be source blocks that'll break back into source blocks. I don't know.
We could just leave the cloud here, honestly.
I don't mind the cloud. Cloud's fine. We just need to light it up more, I guess, or light up our area more.
We can't light up the top. We just have to light up down there. Because we light up the top up here.
No, the lighthouse.
I see. Yeah. I don't have an axe.
The lighthouse should do what it's
I want an
supposed to
axe.
do and do light stuff.
Right. Light stuff house.
Light stuff house, yes.
I don't have an axe, so I'm gonna come back down and make an axe, I suppose. Well, scaffolding, most frustrating block. Scaffolding and that person that parks in your yard, same person. Or not your yard,
I agree.
but your in front of your house.
If you parked in my yard, it'd be even worse. Oh,
Yeah.
Did you get unbreaking and mending?
On what? My
Oh, you got
elytra?
elytra?
Mm-mm.
Oh, I saw you fly by. I put
I-
mine in a chest because I'm afraid to use it until
Yeah, I mean we can repair
until I
it
get the things.
somehow using the mucus from the membranes of the phantoms.
The mucus from the membrane. But does it break? But if you accidentally let it go too far, do they break and disappear?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm afraid. I'd rather. How long we searched for those villages or those end cities?
Yeah.
Even though we found like 4 at the same time, like near the very end of our journey, but
Right.
still only one boat.
I wasn't planning on using it a lot. I just figured for this particular thing here, I'd go up to the top and be able to fly down.
Wait,
Almost killed
which
myself.
elytra?
Yours is still in
Oh,
the
you
shulker.
took-
I grabbed the wrong
Oh,
one. Yours is in the shulker.
Okay, I was like, wait, there's one in the shulker box, but not where I put mine.
Yeah, no, I grabbed the wrong one. That's all. All right. Well, we should end this episode here. It's been a very informational episode. Scaffolding
Yes,
and
very.
Parking Man, both assholes. Though scaffolding's
Scaffolding,
pretty
parking
cool once you figure out how it works and everyone makes your feelings real hurt. Thanks for watching, everybody.
See ya.